We've only really picked up that sell side once. Okay. I like the idea of, yeah, trying to go lower again this morning. We are running into a little bit of consolidation here. We may be trying to accumulate, but I think we want to pick up this low here. So we're going to kind of aim for that. And then we still have this low from yesterday that we fell just short of, actually. Yeah, so that's going to be, okay. Clear the short-term high. All right, so we got some sell side objectives. We're gonna like to see that today. We've already cleared the old short-term highs. Those are the relative equal highs we wanted to clear yesterday. We end up getting them. Held still at that opening range gap. First presented still holding strong too. This one may be a little different. It could just be bearish off the opening, actually. If anything, we'll look pretty much for that same delivery as yesterday. If we get up into this first presented here that was formed yesterday and then break down, we're going to look for lower prices. At least to here. Cool. So we're about to open up here. We'll see what we get. As we said, the way we're moving now, I would not be surprised to see just one-sided delivery holding the most recent premium, which is this fair value gap. So we could get a chance where we kind of just open and run straight for sell side here, here, and into that 1 minute fair value gap we have marked. Fairly small opening range here today. Could run into morning choppiness because of that. First objective here. This 1 minute fair value gap here will be pretty important. Right, because this is the bearish fair value gap that holds us originally. It sends us lower, so that's the origination of the bearish move. First closure above is here, and that's also creating a bullish fair value gap as we leave it. So that's going to be pretty important there as a discount, right? You can see it's already held twice. So if we are going to try to bounce, more than likely it will be from here. If we fall right through that, get closure below, sell side. Then at that point, we think we will kind of, as we said, just stay one-sided off the opening and continue to sell off. And then I like this 1 minute simply because we never get into consequent encroachment. It was only institutional order flow there. So we have some space. Immediate rebalance, previous candle. Oh, yep, I like that as well. So no fair value gap. NQ actually opened with a bearish volume imbalance as well. So yeah, we're liking that. We want to see some sell-off here. Definitely a little mixed, so it could be a hard read, but I think we'll be fine. Just something quick. My girl is deathly sick today, so we will be a little shorter. If we can get some, I'll be quick to leave here and just go help. Take care. All right, we got consequent encroachment of that same 1 minute fair value gap. We said that's going to be kind of the key fair value gap that's going to want to try to hold price if we don't want to quite break down structure yet. We did pick up a short-term low as well, so let's see if we close above this candlestick's high. That'll turn that into an order block in the short term. Five, two, cool. All right, so admittedly a little more bullish here with that current framework. We had already completely redelivered into the 5 minute with this candlestick's low. So as we close above it, if we're going to stay bullish, right midpoint is what will be the next sensitive area. Bodies don't even get anywhere near that. We'll see if we end up inverting this 5 minute. This will actually be the 5 minute candlestick as well. So this will be good to see here. If we close above this fair value gap, I think we'll try to actually print a little bit higher, pick up some more of these buy side swing points. Excuse me. We are going to leave our first presented today. Unfortunately, I'm not really liking where it's created just because this 5 minute may hold us. So we're not going to trust that as a longing opportunity. We will follow it, however. Simple tape read. Right, going like first presented to first presented. I'd actually rather see that be inverted again and look to short it. But so far, pretty bullish. Let's throw up NQ as well, just to see. The 5 minute actually closed above midpoint, so that means that midpoint could be used, and we actually saw that quickly. So this candlestick closes above consequent encroachment. It actually closes above the 1 minute fair value gap that's within that, anchored to it. And then we see that being used immediately as support. So far, pretty bullish. If this candlestick closes above, we would assume that the 5 minute now will also try to hold. Even though in theory we haven't technically closed above it quite yet. With how we're moving, if we're going to be in a hurry, 5 minute will be the next thing that's used as support there. Treat that as a breakaway if we're going to come for we also have that 15. I'm thinking the 15 cool as well could hold us here. So at this point, we're turning into the 15 minute fair value gap, especially because we left that 1 minute there. That is what should hold price and continue to give higher delivery. Don't mind this run, as we said, we did want to see price get back into this first presented. So we're going to wait for that and then see if we can't get a short opportunity off of that first presented. Not in a real rush yet. We do have equal highs here. So that is a possibility if price does have to actually clear external range. We are going to have equal high buy side. We'll have to pay attention to that. And Q makes its first presented actually anchored to its old first presented there. Wouldn't mind that holding right now in the short term, creating one more bullish leg and then looking for that to be inverted. We didn't actually get this swing point either. So yeah, as we said, I'd like to see this 1 minute, if not the 1 minute here, the 5 minute at least hold price. Create one more run up into the actual first presented. That way we can clear this little swing point, return back into this liquidity void here, acting as an inversion now. So far, perfect respect to that 1 minute. We'll see if it tries to hold it, if we're going to have to fall through. We could come all the way back down into first presented and still try to maintain bullishness. So at this point for me, we're really going to have to invert that before we look to get short. Either that or, right, print a little bit higher and create a shorting opportunity up here that allows us a little bit more room to then actually just aim for that. So the wick gets into the 5 minute, but we do like the body, right? Bodies tell the story. Bodies hold the actual 1 minute. Wick does go back down into the 5 minute, just fine though. So now we'll look for that second expansion here. And Q holding its first presented also. See if we can't clear a little buy side pull. I actually like this a little bit better now because if we can clear that high, we'll have a new discount that was kind of established. So if we end up inverting that, that'll be a nice opportunity to trust lower delivery from there. Fell short of that. NQ same actually. We did just deliver into a 15 minute here. Right, so this 15 minute fair value gap, we have just barely tapped that. Let me pull this up so you can see it. Right, so we have the 15 and the 5 as well. We should still continue to push, right? This continues to hold. This really should be a breakaway. Same with this 1 minute for the time being. We've already delivered efficiently within this area, so as we move away and close above the 5 minute, there's really no need to get back below that, and that's why we're seeing the bodies hold the most recent discount. That's exactly what we want. There's that final release. We do get that buy side there, and now we have delivered into my first presented. So from here will be a little interesting. We said we favor the shorts. We'll wait for some type of opportunity. Could be a fair value gap, could be a volume imbalance. We'll kind of just have to see once it gets created. Let's say that we continue to push right through this first presented. Let's see, 8:30. Yeah, if we accelerate through 8:30 and get like closure above this high, I'll actually look for the equal highs. So we'd rather see this be a wick. But as we mentioned, we have equal highs sitting right inside this fair value gap. That seems to want to be the objective for now. buy side here. There's the buy side there. Just barely, but enough. So we actually do have a little volume imbalance here. That's what we're going to be watching currently. See if we invert that. That'll be like the first signal that we can start selling off. If we're going to stay bullish, we'll hold that and then close above this buy side pull and make our way up here. NQ looking a little bit more bullish, so I think we'll actually expect for that to take place. Potential, let's see there. Okay, we're actually going to have a volume imbalance here as well if that wants to stay open. This stays open, we'll actually for sure look for that equal high to be met there. Just not worth. We'll tape read something like this. Just not worth the risk to reward, but right, we should hold this volume imbalance paired with the old buy side, and we shouldn't have to come back down really into this jumbled mess until we deliver into the equal highs here. So like in this opportunity, stop loss could go really right below the second set of volume imbalances. If you want a little more safety, you'd put it below the fair value gap as well, but I don't even see it needing to get below this candlestick's wick at all, because we immediately rebalance here as well. Just short of that buy side. Should get it. NQ clears the same buy side that we're looking for here in ES. Second opportunity, really same idea. That framework should still hold. Don't want to see this candlestick that created that immediate rebalance be broken. So we would look for something like this. And then actually, this will be a nice place for us to look to get short. So as we said, we're going to favor shorts this morning. We're following the bullish delivery here. Obviously, we could see it. But I just like to catch something that'll get a little bit lower. So for us, expectation would be once we clear these equal highs, we actually would want to see this level be inverted, and that'll be like the first signal to trust that we can get short. Currently, we held that again nicely. Perfect delivery there. Wow. See, this would be where it'd be interesting to have them seconds that Mike was talking about yesterday. Because guarantee you within here there's some type of opportunity. If it was easy to see on the 1 minute, the lower time frames definitely produce something. Can't believe we fell just short of that. If we stay there, that's going to be kind of absurd. Ideally, we don't break back below this buy side until we clear this here. If we end up breaking back below, it'll just be hard to trust that we want to get short now at this point. I'd have to wait for more so leaving the first presented. So a few different scenarios going on here. Right, we can just talk through them. If we're going to look to short without running this buy side, we need to actually leave the first presented first and ideally get below this volume imbalance, so the lower one within the suspension block. If we can run out this buy side though, so we just did beautiful. So now that we cleared that buy side, if we can hold from there and invert this volume imbalance now, I'm actually fine getting in on that. So a little bit more of an aggressive entry there. And then obviously we'll use whatever swing point gets formed to target simply back down into first presented. Sweet. Okay. So buy side delivery playing pretty well actually. Wouldn't mind us wicking that, staying in the range, breaking structure. Closure above that, gonna be pretty bullish. We did close above that. So especially if this candlestick's gonna hold like here. Gotta watch that. If we hold that, we'll be extremely bullish. The wick. Closure above first presented. We might just have to hop on board for the longs here. Because within this current leg, it's been efficiently delivered. Besides here, right, these two fair value gaps that we said could be breakaways because we'd already delivered efficiently here. Right, paint back forth. We trade lower as we close above this level. Here, no need to get below that at all. Which means that this fair value gap could also be left alone. But since then, every discount has been efficiently repriced, rebalanced. Notice this wick, even though we have a volume balance here, it doesn't need to be traded into because the wick had already created the balance range. So when this candlestick closes above, right, this wick here is all that matters. Price delivers into that. Same idea here. We deliver into the volume imbalances. We hold at that wick once again. So we actually are delivering pretty efficiently here. Did we get closure above? We did, and we actually left that fair value gap. So at this point, I'm thinking we're going to have to continue to go higher. See if we, okay, so we actually didn't leave that open, so we could remove that. Still though, closure above, that could hold us in the immediate kind of sense and see us expand. Open with the volume imbalance right on that level as well. 5-minute candlestick just closed and actually held that range. So I would like to see if we can't start selling off from here now. First thing we'll look for is for the buy side. Close back below that. And then as we said, we really want to see this set of volume imbalances here be closed below. If we can get below 830 at the same time as well, that'd just be even added confluence. We actually held that as well. Okay. So if we're going to stay bullish, down close candles, we'll continue to maintain and support price. So we're currently watching this. Seeing if we're going to put in another high or low here. So far the body is respecting that perfectly. Facts. Patience all day. That shutdown really got us a little more patient than we're used to. Really making it be exactly what we're looking for. I mean, we're following the bullishness. So like the bullishness would have been easy. Just not what we were looking for, right? So it's easy to hop in and follow it, but I'm fine kind of just sitting out. And if it just stays bullish as we follow it, that's all right. Just not, that's what I'm saying. It's just a little iffy here. I think if we can get displacement at this point, we're getting a little bit more bullish in my mind. I want to see what we get here at this first presented, however. Because we could end up turning this into just a big mitigation block, and there is a lot of buy side resting here. need a clear picture of it all. Yeah, that looks okay. Just looking at this here now, it does look like these will want to get targeted. We actually held the 1 hour fair value gap too with the body and just inverted. So I think we're gonna have to end up flipping here. Especially because we held that down close candle and we anchored that down close candle into the first presented. The highs of this are going to be here. Ooh, there it goes. All right. All right, so we're actually going to get there before 10 o'clock. We still have a chance of trying to see price turn over on itself here. If we can round this buy side before that next 4 hour candlestick opens, even if we don't get a huge retracement, we're still going to look to favor just a short-term pullback. Same idea now though, since we held here, this becomes the next area of interest. As a discount, that should hold. So it means we can look really more so at this bullish fair value gap here as the new established discount. And Q gone. Look at that run right there, geez. And Q's actually cleared those highs already that we're looking to get. There is another first presented right here. Let's see if we can get it to pop up for us. No. There we go. Okay. So it's actually two overlapping. Which as we look at this lower one here could actually be what tries to hold. So we're going to pull that up and just see. Oh yeah, now we are running. Okay, so we're going to stay bullish. As we said, two buy-side pulls here. Really, this is the external range, so we're going to leave that. This is the external range buy-side. We did leave a 2-minute fair value gap. Get real cheeky here. It's going to be pretty aggressive. Nah. This will be a day, well, I guess we'll just sit on our hands if we don't get it. Offside with the bias originally. Once we get this buy side, I'm going to like that. Let's see what we get from there. We're going to hold this first presented, all right? There's no really question about that. It's just a matter of whether or not once we deliver into the buy side, if we're going to roll back over on itself or stay extremely bullish. For us, obviously, we would want to clear that buy side and then ideally close back below this first presented here. And that'll be our shorting opportunity. For now, we should hold it though, stay bullish until we get into the buy side here. it. If we can get into that before 10 o'clock, ideally, that'd be nice.
Can't wait to do this again.
All right, boom. There is the buy side. Actually, an amazing bullish run, if we're being honest. Just no execution, but that's pretty textbook there. Very easy to follow that. If we're going to close above and leave a fair value gap here, at that point, we're going to just commit to being extremely bullish. Because that to me is pretty much, let's see, unless we go up to new day opening gap. We do have a few fair value gaps in here, but price should cut right through that. And it looks like it's just going to go right through it right away. Gee. Ripping. It will be tough. Stop loss here in this instance. If we're going to use the old buy side, stop loss really has to be... We have our mitigation block here. Let's go to a 5. Looking for the mitigation block high. That'll give us the best opportunity. It's going to be this one. That's just such a wide stop still, geez. We're going to say... We'll go a little bit tighter. I don't mind that. We're going to actually try to be done with this first presented here. And we'll aim for these higher fair value gaps. We're actually going to keep this a little bit lower risk too, just 2. We have established new discounts, but so like in theory we're not chasing. It's always just hard to fight that feeling right when prices move this much, however. But as we get above this old buy side, put the 1 new minute, we have established new discounts within this current range. So we're going to try to use those. So we'll have a little tighter stop. We're simply going to want to use that 1 minute. We don't want to see this first presented be revisited. On a 5 minute sense, obviously it's going to be a large fair value gap. 2 minute, we have that there. So, okay. We're fine with this. If we get stopped here, we'll wait a little bit more and we'll try 1 short if we can continue to sell off. But we're going to aim for the 4-hour fair value gap up here. And at this point, wouldn't mind a pullback because we haven't really, I mean, We haven't created a down close candle in, holy cow, what's that? Over 10 minutes. 10 minutes exactly. 11 minutes. So pretty much since 950, right at the start of that macro, notice that at 950 we deliver right into the discount. 950 to 1010 macro, straight bullishness. There's one down close candle, but it's simply holding the actual volume imbalance. So we're still holding the most recent discount. Best case scenario is we somehow get like a wick that goes into this while the body holds. That would be an aggressive wick, but still possibility. If we can't even get into that, this might be a breakaway again, and we just stay bullish and just run, run, run. We want the 15-minute here to try to hold us and create a little swing point. So that way we can just trade down and then attack that new swing point as we go. But nope, don't even want to do that. As we close above that wick, I don't even think we're going to come back into this fair value gap. If we're going to want to stay bullish, the wick here, those wicks become the new discount. Specifically this one that we created the swing point on. So we'll follow that and see. But yeah, with how we're moving, would not be surprised to see that. We are extremely bullish here. Every discount's holding. So this new discount here should be the one that wants to hold it. Say we hold this, we close above new day opening gap, close above the fair value gaps. We could try that. Wouldn't mind us actually trying to hold that and not closing above it quite yet. So we still have a chance for this retracement entry. Now we have a 5 minute, have a few 2 minute fair value gaps in there. So if we can get back into that, that'd be nice. Hold new day opening gap, give us the retracement we're looking for. But currently, wow, we left that open too. All right, we're gonna have to be aggressive here. Like this wick should be all 10 handles. If we get closure above, we're gonna have to use the volume imbalance here for entry. Well, so we'll wait for this next 1 minute candlestick to close. All right, same stop. We'll just go low hanging fruit here and try to catch the remainder of that move. Scotty Whiskey Charlie, I love that name. The what badge? What is that? The Lumi badge. Now you got me. Oh, Lumi. Okay, okay. That's funny. Hey, just getting max knowledge, that's all. He's trying to get the max knowledge available. That's funny though. How dare you? Just antagonize him. How dare you? All right, we got in finally. So we're going to have an entry. Goodness. Can we just accelerate here, please? And just be done for the day? Well, this is for sure a 5-handle partial. Right, we're going to want to try to secure some immediately. So 5 handles gets us here. That's a very easy spot. The old 5-handle partial. Once we get partial, we'll go straight break even. I don't like that though. NQ runs out that high right there, and we don't do that here in ES. We should have done that. We have to hold that with the body. I didn't even know you can get badges. See, I gotta make badges for this Discord then. I'm lacking. Ooh, rip, closure below. This is where we'd want to see this candle negate that, close right back above it, ideally. We wouldn't want to see this candle actually hold and stay bearish and close below this candlestick's close. Yeah, I'll do that. That should be sick. Because it's probably custom too. I'll look at how to make those. That'd be cool. Unfortunately, no swing low entry, so right away, not the best entry for us, but it's okay. At this point, as we said, we're simply looking to see, we need this candlestick to close back above new day opening gap here. Right, that's what this little area is. So if we can close above that, especially after closing below, right, that's a signature that we like to see because that tends to create price delivery in the second candle's direction. So in this case, continued bullish delivery. Unfortunately, did we get above that? We did not. Let me pull up the actual. Okay, yeah, no. So we didn't close above that, which means we're still going to be stuck here in the bearishness. Last line of defense for us becomes that same wick that held the first time. That ends a very aggressive sell-off, though. We'll see if it's going to want to retest. Hey. Volume imbalance here, last line of defense for us. We also have a little 5-minute in here as well. All right, so we're looking at that to hold stop losses below that. If we're being honest, from here we would want to see large up close candles if we're going to reject like that. Especially if we reject all the way back up here. Yeah, so if we're being honest, we don't want to see that wick being traded through. Which means I'm fine cutting risk actually. If we come for that stop or that wick, more than likely we would have came for a stop. We're able to get some more risk off. There's that expansion. That's exactly what we want to see. Large up close candles. We need to get out of the 5 and the 15 though. Notice that's what we're currently being stuck inside of. If we can get closure above that, we should be free to release. As we said, once we take this first partial, I will go to break even. We have a chance of getting stopped at break even after this, but I'm fine eating that out. So we're going to go break even there. Beautiful. And we'll look for that final expansion. Our exit is going to be at that higher time frame 4-hour fair value gap. See if we can get that, and we'll call it a day. Love that the volume imbalance is there. If we're being honest, we want this to stay a fair value gap that gets left open. And if anything, we would only want to see it come down into like here. So we want to see this portion being left open. That's the portion where the old swing high was formed. We give the retracement as we displace through that. This whole thing isn't truly a fair value gap. Right, the only fair value gap would be the little portion that wasn't already delivered. So like, let's just say that that does stay open. This in theory is what the true fair value gap would be. That's why I would like to see some of this being left open. If we have to immediately kind of go back in on itself, we're just going to be a little bit sloppy. So like from here, we would want to see, as we say, we'd want to see this be left open and for it to just run away from that fair value gap. So we leave that fair value gap. We have to go right back into it. So we'll look for stop here, unless we could hold that, have a chance. Stop loss still below it, right? So in a good area, even though it's in profit, it's below a discount that should hold price. So we like that. So let's say that we run out this high. We're actually going to jam our stop even tighter, and we'll put it under whatever swing point was just created there. If new structure gets put into place, that is. But I'm liking that final release into the 4 hour for us. We have buy side resting just below that as well. Let me go ahead and mark that so you can see it. Oh wait, actually that is above. So maybe we try that. So we're gonna have buy side there. That's resting just below another first presented. Well, let's go to a 5 real quick. We were first presented, a monthly first presented there. We do have a lot of higher time frame fair value gaps. I actually don't mind trying that. So we'll give it a little bit more room. As we trade into these higher time frame inefficiencies, we'll be quick to move our stop though. But I want to see if we can't get the actual external range buy side. At this point, we want a 5 and the 15 that we were getting stuck at earlier to hold as discounts, which is why I'm fine having the stop where it is. I don't even really want to see midpoint of that at all. Beautiful. All right. Okay. So we're going to actually have to, did we hit that? Not yet. I'm fine already putting stop here though. As we said, new swing low, new structure created. We have it 1 tick below just in case we get perfect delivery into the buy side, but buy side becomes the objective there. That's beautiful. That's what we've been wanting to see. There's the release. Higher time frame. Let's not close. We don't want to close below that. We want to close inside of this. Yeah. Just go right for it, actually. That's fine. We're here. We're actually going 5 handles secured. Beautiful. So we either get taken out or we get another 5 handles. Win-win. We should get taken out here. No way. We put it 1 tick lower so it wasn't precise and it still hits that to the tick. That's actually hilarious. If this is a huge sell-off here. Now we should use the low of this. So we should use the low of this 1 minute or of this fair value gap. And then we should expand into the buy side. That is what the expectation would be. Now that we delivered into the low, here comes the expansion to actually deliver into the buy side and get us out. Oh, twice? That's disrespectful. All right, fine. We'll go 1 even less. Look at that. I won't be greedy. Volume imbalance, we should be sitting pretty though. There it is. Absolutely beautiful. Okay. So we'll be done there. Oh, yeah, I was getting trolled, bro. What was that? Even the next one hit that exact exit. That's funny. Cool. So yeah, buy side gets delivered to beautifully. Let's wait and get the swing high exit. You already know we want that. Yeah. Love me a swing high exit. So we'll have 1 more minute and then we'll call it. We just want to see what this next candle does. While we'll wait and we can go ahead and give you a little recap. So in reality, I mean, we missed this entire move. If I'm being honest, this one was more so following it, making sure it's bullish. This was the entry, and this as well. We were just slow there. That was the true entry we would have taken. You saw us try here, stayed bullish. We tried here, stayed bullish. So finally, as we created a volume imbalance anchored to new day opening gap, that became our area for entry. Understanding the down close candles will continue to support price, so stop loss was just below that. Got real close, but we understand, right, structure. We understand if we're on side, that should not be broken, and it doesn't. So it holds nicely, expands. This was a nice opportunity to actually stack a position, but we were fine just letting it play out. So we partial out. We get one more revisit into a discount, and then we get that beautiful release. Oh yeah, look at that. Catching the swing high at the external range inside the higher time frame inefficiencies. And yeah, with that, we'll be out. As long as there's no questions, we'll give it until this candlestick closes. You got 5 seconds. I appreciate that, Mike. I'll let her know. Yeah, she's absolutely dead right now. I laugh, but I feel terrible. Just struggling. But it's all right. Now I'm here. I've got some hot soup, hot pads. We'll take care of her. But all right, fellas. Appreciate y'all hanging out today. Real quick. I think we have FOMC minutes this afternoon. We'll see if that actually comes out. Tomorrow we have some high impact news finally. So we'll see what that has to offer. But we'll meet up tomorrow morning. Let's see, home sales at 8. We'll actually be here about 9:50. So this high impact news at 10 o'clock. Oh wait, I'm sorry. These timings have me kind of messed up. Is this? Okay, yeah. So high impact news tomorrow is at 10 o'clock. So we'll get here at like 9:50. It'll be a 9:50 stream. We'll wait and see what high impact news does, and then we'll look for something during that silver bullet period. But until then, have a great day, everybody. Stay safe, and we will talk tomorrow morning. Catch y'all then.